desk guy for using literally about 20 seconds of a poor quality YouTube clip.
Dude, I want to see if Bill O'Reilly talks about it as talking points memo.
I doubt it. I doubt he even knew that was in the movie. I really think that nobody, like, that movie, if anyone knew about that movie, I swear they probably, they had probably the nicest marketing thing ever because they had product placement for everything in that movie.
Like what?
Like, in some scenes people used Adele, and other scenes people used Apple. And some scenes people drunk Pepsi, other scenes they drunk Coke. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I felt like they didn't ask for any of these things.
I don't think it was all legal, because when you saw the Mac too, I don't think it showed the actual logo, but it was clearly a MacBook.
Yeah, no, it showed the Apple.
I don't know.
It should.
I'm on Bill O'Reilly's website right now, which looks really shitty, by the way.
He doesn't use the internet, right?
I don't see any shit about this movie.
I'm pretty confident, like Tyler said, that Bill O'Reilly probably doesn't know he was in it.
Yeah.
Because it's just a random-ass clip from a completely unrelated thing. He's just saying about, like, they're taking God out of schools. Except Bill O'Reilly, so. They're taking God
out of schools!
I really, like...
Like a pen's gonna stab me in the eye. Ah! It's fucking bad.
Yeah.
You guys feeling better now?
Just a little bit. I just wow. It just surprised me on, like, the level of, I mean, how amateurish. Like, I could expect this for.
How was the video quality?
It was bad. It's just
it was clearly shot on.
Oh, like the part where he's in the truck with the truck driver, and he can barely see shit because there's no lighting. And it's like there's scenes where, like, there's a nighttime shot, but instead of, like, lightening things up so it's easier to figure out and stuff, it's dark and you can't see what exactly is going on.
It's awful. It's shot on video, but you can clearly tell because it's that awful digital image that's clearly, it's never touched film. It's just all video. And it looks that way. Like, it doesn't look like a movie or feel like a movie, really. It looks like something that was direct to DVD and shot like a soap opera type thing.
I feel good that I didn't go see Raiders again tonight because I would have felt really shitty about it.
Hey, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys some other time.
Alright.
Bye, Olivia.
Alright, bye, Olivia.
Bye.
It just made Christmas the Capital C look like, actually feel more like a movie. It felt like a real movie, and this one didn't.
That's what really drives me nuts about that, is because I never thought I could actually just sit there and think that, hey, Christmas with a capital C is actually a lot better than this.
It feels like a movie. Like, it feels like a real movie.
Yeah.
Whereas this just feels like somebody's project. During the first climax, when the giant Christmas tree gets pulled over by the truck, they use CGI for the lights breaking, and it's like Birdemic CGI of the little mini explosions for each light bulb. And this is just... yeah, listen. There's just... When the tree's tipping over, it didn't hit the ground yet. It's just tipping, and all of the light bulbs start blowing up and little sparks.
Wait, what the fuck? When is this in the movie?
When the Christmas party thing, they do the dramatic jump cuts back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tree's falling and there's little mini explosions for each light bulb and little digital sparks flying out just when it's tipping. and then when it hits the ground, the lights turn off. I'm like, I don't understand how that works. And then that's when the black guy stomps on the angel.
Well, what's really funny is that by the end of the film, when everything is all said and done, and they all have that like party outside of the prison, the black guy walks out, right? And and he looks around and he's just like, oh, and then the police chief is like, I'm really not gonna try to arrest everybody.
No, he arrests the black guy.
No, that'd be amazing.
You're under arrest for being liberal.
So then what he said was, alright. And he just walks off and smokes a cigar. And it's not like he tries anything. He just is.
The Hammer. I can't believe they called this guy the Hammer.
He's so passive.
Whatever.
He was the most passive character in the film.
Yeah, he was.
He had a couple lines of dialogue. Then at the end, he was like, "You gonna arrest these people?" And the cop's like, "You want me to arrest the whole town? I can't really do that." And he's like,
All right. Alright, I'll talk to you later. I'll come back when something else happens.
I'll come back around next Christmas.
Yeah, he basically kept that guy off at bay, but, I mean, I guess they deal with this every year now.
It's crazy.
Obama's going to declare martial law and invade the city.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would do the same.
They kept referencing the enemy the whole time, and they never talked about what their plan was or who the enemy was.
Oh yeah, and then they had they had a monologue at the end where
it was the Reagan quote.
No, that wasn't the Reagan quote. He kind of like before they cut off to him, they were talking about like the people, they.
Yeah, they're going to stop us if we don't stop them. All this.
Did the words liberal or Obama?
No, they just used they. They.
Holy shit, that's such a propaganda statement. Like, the enemy.
They literally said the enemy a couple times.
Yeah,
that's like 1984 shit.
They said they and them as opposed to anyone in particular. So
it was awful.
Yeah, it was just and then they clapped.
And there was like a little ovation in our theater, and then the one guy, when we first watched in the theater, people were neighbor, I guess.
What?
Remember when everybody in the theater was saying hello to each other, like they all knew?
Oh yeah, like everybody lived in the same suburb as everybody else does.
And then after
did anyone say hello to you guys?
No.
I guess they smelled that you guys weren't.
Yeah, I got mad. I was like, at the end, everybody clapped, and Tyler sat there, and I was like, Tyler, we have to clap.
So then we started clapping late. And then we were waiting for everybody to leave, because I was just waiting for people to leave, so then I could yell, because of how bad the movie was.
We were rushing towards the door. As soon as we left out, we were just yelling in the street, like, that was awful.
Oh, remember the guy that got up, the first guy that got up and talked to them, and he's like, now we just gotta spread the word.
Now we gotta really get to work.
I was just like, oh, God.
I gotta read about, like, a lynching tomorrow morning.
Like Fred Williamson found dead.
They found the hammer. They found the hammer.
They really think he's the character.
They found the hammer.
Crazy.
They found.
Dude, there was like this. I read this story about in the '60s. This woman called the police to tell them that there were a bunch of people stuck on Gilligan's Island.
That was so great. They killed the black guy in real life. Son of a bitch. Like they're babies. Like they don't understand it.
Thanks, Obama. They call him Obama.
It was so funny because they didn't use any real-world examples. The school thing was completely like absurd. Like that would never happen in any school. The play and like the rules, and then the other examples were what? Were just the things that really were illegal, like.
Shit, Charles! We forgot the war story.
Oh my god! I wish Olivia was here.
Oh, that was funny. So the hammer throws one throw to try to get the mayor to look like a wuss, which they basically threw a carry boat reference in there. Burning my hand on the boat. Well, it's like he questioned his Vietnam. I guess it was Vietnam. It seemed like Vietnam.
I think it's Vietnam. I think that's what it says in the thing.
Okay, because they asked. He finally admits to the story because he doesn't think he's a hero.
His thing, he's on the news and all over the papers with his face, and he's not really a war hero. And then like all of a sudden he starts crying in the garage with his wife. He's like, "Honey, I've been honest with you with everything, but there was only one tour I didn't tell you about."
And then
we're like, "Oh shit!" It's like a Donald Battlestar. What was this one tour he never talked about? Entirely, you can say the tour.
Well, he's going to go save some POWs, right? And he goes and he gets the guys, right? And he gets them, and they're about to go back to.
He doesn't follow his orders. He wasn't supposed to go back, but he broke the rules, and he went to go get him anyway because he couldn't leave his men.
Does it show anything?
No, yeah. It's like a blurry, ugly sepia tone.
It's poor editing to try like a Vietnam movie.
Yeah, it looks like they cropped a bunch of We Were Soldiers and
it clearly wasn't the jungle. It was like a ravine. Like it was like American trees. It was like just the woods behind Tyler's house.
Yeah, it was. And then
dude, they recorded us playing Vietnam when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours, except that looked. I could believe that was more Vietnam than this.
Ours was a lot more grittier. So he's going to get these people back, and he gets them right, and they're running back, and guess what happens?
What?
He steps on a trip mine and blows everybody else up. It's more like Goofy.
His team and then accidentally blows up the van, kills them all. He breaks orders, goes on this illegal mission, gets his men back, trips on a tripwire on their own front that they set up for themselves.
Like Goofy.
Holy!
And then blows up, and then I was hoping that like limbs and shit would fly all over the place.
This movie does.
And just because he hangs up like a cross on his private mission thing or whatever, his grandson says, "You're a real hero now," and gives him his medal. I'm like, "No, you aren't. You tripped on a damn landmine."
Tripped on a wire that blew up a bomb like 13 feet behind you. What weapon is that? What kind of trip mine blows up the person behind you? Like, that's the most bullshit weapon, and why was it on their front?
I'm thinking they thought that what would happen is that they would trip and they'd fall backwards.
That's how gravity works. You.
Like they had a deal with Aperture Science to get that gel that makes you bounce. So like you would fall forward and bounce backwards.
Boink.
Holy. It was so stupid.
It was just, and then everybody else in the crowd was quiet, and I was just about to bawl down laughing.
My God, I can't believe you forgot to mention that. Trips on fucking. I just want to know what is that weapon? I trip on a wire and then behind me there's an explosion? Like, is it a startling weapon? It catch me off guard?
Dude, it gives them an outline so that you can see their shadow from the explosion so you can easily shoot.
Like that. Shadow. That's it. God, it was bad.
Yeah, it was